So, you've got a digital product, but here comes the question: where do I sell it? We're going to compare 6 popular platforms where you can sell digital products. Let's get into it. Most comparison videos just pick 2 or 3 options and call it a day, but we're doing this differently. We'll look at 5 things: fees, what's the real cost per sale; ease of setup, how fast can an average person start selling; built-in traffic, does the platform send buyers to you or are you on your own; 4. Ownership and control, do you own your own store, your customer list, and your brand; 5. Best for, what type of product and what type of seller is this best for? Let's go. Gumroad is one of the OG creator platforms. You upload your digital product, be it an ebook, a template, a course, some kind of software, or an audio file. Share a link, and people buy it. First, let's look at the fees. Gumroad charges a 10% plus 50 cents fee per transaction for all direct sales. On top of that, payment processing adds about 2.9% plus 30 cents via Stripe or PayPal. That means your total fees are around 13% plus 80 cents per sale. Let's say you're selling a $5 ebook. In that case, you're losing nearly 30% of your revenue in fees. Gumroad has its own marketplace. On one hand, it's nice because you can access their audience, but the price for it is a fee that grows from 10 to 30%. What about the ease of setup? Gumroad is the easiest platform on this list. Upload a file, set a price, and share a link. That's it. You can start selling in less than an hour with zero technical knowledge. No monthly payments or subscriptions to worry about either. It's truly pay when you sell. Besides, in January 2025, there was a nice update. Gumroad now acts as merchant of record, meaning they now handle all global tax obligations automatically. That's a huge relief for anyone selling internationally. Okay, what about the traffic? There's no built-in audience on Gumroad. Sure, there's the Discover Marketplace, I talked about that earlier, but the fee structure makes it rather unattractive to rely on. If you don't bring your own traffic from social media or an email list or YouTube or whatever, you'll get no sales. After setting everything up, you get a Gumroad profile page, but it's limited in branding. You don't get a custom storefront. You do get customer emails, which is a win, but the storefront itself lives on Gumroad's domain, not yours. Who is Gumroad best for? For creators who already have an audience and just need a fast checkout link. Writers, designers, indie developers. But it's not great if you're starting from scratch with no following. Okay, platform number 2, Etsy. Etsy is one of the biggest online marketplaces on the planet, with over 90 million active buyers. Unlike Gumroad, Etsy is a real marketplace, meaning buyers come to Etsy to find and buy things. Sellers open shops, list products, and get discovered. Etsy's fee structure sounds simple at first, but it isn't. Here's what you pay per digital product sale if you're a US seller. First of all, there's a 20-cent listing fee that is charged every time you publish or renew a listing. Renewals happen every 4 months or every time you sell more than 1 unit of the same product. Then there's also a 6.5% transaction fee on the full sale price, a 3% plus 25 cents Etsy payments processing fee, and another 12 to 15% off-sites ad fee. You pay that fee if Etsy runs an ad somewhere else on the internet and a buyer clicks on it before buying from you. You can't opt out of this if your shop earns over $10,000 a year. Add it all up, and the average Etsy seller loses somewhere between 20 and 30% of every sale to fees, before accounting for their time and any other costs or taxes. If we take a $20 digital product, that can leave you with roughly $14 to $16 in your pocket. Etsy is exceptionally beginner-friendly. Opening a shop takes less than an hour, and you don't need your own website. Etsy handles payment processing and auto-collects sales tax for US orders. This is Etsy's superpower. Millions of buyers are actively searching for digital products. If you list yours in the right niche with good SEO, people find you. This is real, organic traffic that Gumroad simply cannot offer. Let's talk about ownership and control. You are renting space on Etsy's platform. That means Etsy owns the customer relationship, not you. Etsy controls the algorithm and can change it without warning. You're competing on a search results page next to 50 other sellers with nearly identical products. Your shop can be suspended or closed, and you won't be able to do much about it. You can't email your customers without them first opting in, and Etsy gatekeeps that. Your Etsy shop is not your own asset. If they change the rules, you'll feel it immediately. Who is it best for? Etsy is best for sellers in visual and creative niches: printables, planners, digital art, Canva templates, SVG files, photo presets. Not ideal for courses or software or high-ticket digital products. Next one is Payhip. It's a creator-focused platform that flies under the radar, but is one of the better deals on this list. It lets you build your own storefront and sell digital products as well as physical ones. Payhip has 3 tiers, and here's what makes it stand out. Every plan includes all the features. There's no feature gating. Free plan is a 5% transaction fee on every sale, no monthly cost. Plus plan costs $29 a month with 2% transaction fee, and the Pro plan costs $99 a month with a 0% transaction fee. Plus, add the standard Stripe or PayPal processing, which is around 2.9% plus 30 cents. Payhip's free plan is a better deal than Gumroad's, and you still get access to coupons, upsells, referral programs, affiliates, courses, and memberships right out of the gate. Also worth noting, Payhip automatically handles EU and UK VAT. It collects it, it calculates it, and handles reporting. That's rare at the free tier. Payhip is very beginner-friendly. You can embed a checkout button on any website or use Payhip's own storefront. Simply upload your file, set a price, and start selling. Payhip integrates with WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, and Zapier. Regarding the traffic, there's no marketplace or any built-in buyer traffic. It's bring your own audience. Payhip has no discovery feature. What about ownership? You can either get a branded storefront on Payhip's domain, or you can connect a custom domain on paid plans. You have access to customer email addresses, and you control your pricing, your products, and your coupons. It's not a fully your own website, but it's a solid step up from Gumroad and Etsy in terms of ownership. Payhip is best for budget-conscious beginners who want more features than Gumroad, but aren't ready for a monthly fee. It's also great for creators selling various types of products like downloads, courses, and memberships. It's ideal for you if you sell to EU, UK customers and don't want to deal with VAT compliance manually. Now, let's talk about the Goliath. Shopify is the most powerful store builder on this list. It's not designed specifically for digital products because it's a full e-commerce platform used by everyone from solo creators to major brands, but it allows you to sell digital products. Here's Shopify's pricing plans. Basic plan, $39 per month. Also, you have card rates around 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction via Shopify payments. Shopify plan, $105 a month, and card rates around 2.6% plus 30 cents. And the advanced plan, it costs $399 a month plus card rates of 2.4% plus 30 cents. Important thing to note, if you don't use Shopify's own payment gateway called Shopify Payments, you pay an additional transaction fee, 2% on basic plan, 1% on Shopify plan, 0.6% on advanced plan. This catches a lot of people off guard. For pure digital products, Shopify charges no additional fee per sale beyond the plan subscription and payment processing. But you'll likely need a third-party app to deliver digital files to your customers because Shopify doesn't handle this on its own. You can use a specialized app that would cost an additional $10 to $50 per month. And one more thing to know, Serious Shopify store owners typically end up spending $50 to $150 per month on additional apps that help with reviews, SEO, or upsells. Those costs add up. Shopify has a very steep learning curve. It's not impossible for a beginner, but it's much more complex than the other platforms on this list because with Shopify, you're building an actual website. Plan on spending several days getting it properly set up, choosing a theme, configuring apps, connecting payments, and handling tax settings yourself. What about traffic? Shopify is not a marketplace. It doesn't bring you buyers. 100% of your traffic comes from your own marketing, SEO, ads, social media, email. The upside is that you have full control over all of it. But ownership is where Shopify clearly wins. You own everything: your brand, your domain, your customer list, your store design. You're not subject to any marketplace algorithm. You're not competing for shelf space. This is a real business asset that belongs to you. Shopify is best for established creators or sellers who are ready to build a serious branded e-commerce business, have traffic or budget for ads, and want maximum control and scalability. It's not the right starting point if you're just testing a product idea or if you have no marketing plan. The platform is built for volume. You need to be generating enough sales for the monthly cost to make sense. The next platform is Teachable. Teachable is a purpose-built platform for selling online courses and coaching products. If your digital product is educational, video lessons, quizzes, modules, certifications, this is the type of platform to look at. First, let's discuss the fees. Teachable updated their pricing structure in June 2025 and eliminated their free plan. Here's how things work now. Starter plan, $39 per month with a 7.5% transaction fee per sale plus payment processing, limited to one published product and 100 students. Builder plan costs $89 a month with 0% transaction fee. You keep 100% minus payment processing. You get up to 5 published products and are allowed to have 1,000 students. This plan includes affiliate marketing and abandoned cart emails. Growth plan, $180 a month with 0% transaction fee. Here we have higher limits, live chat support, and advanced analytics. And advanced plan, it costs $399 a month along with a 0% transaction fee. It's mainly for large businesses. The math is brutal on the starter plan. Once you're earning over $650 a month in sales, the 7.5% transaction fee alone costs more than just upgrading to Builder. Most real course businesses should budget for at least the Builder plan. Teachable's Course Builder is very intuitive. Non-tech savvy users can upload video modules, set up quizzes, create certificates, and publish a course in just a few days. It handles student management, enrollment, and course delivery natively. No extra apps needed for the core experience. Regarding the traffic, Teachable is not a marketplace. No one is browsing Teachable looking for courses to buy. Your students come from your own marketing. You drive all the traffic. You get a branded school on Teachable's subdomain or your own custom domain on higher plans. You own your course content and have access to student email addresses. You can export your data. However, your school's existence is still tied to Teachable's infrastructure. If you ever need to move, migrating course content and student records takes real effort. Teachable is best for course creators with existing audiences, coaches, educators, consultants, subject matter experts who want a clean, professional platform built specifically for educational delivery. Not ideal for simple digital downloads like PDFs or templates. That's overkill. Also, not a great fit if you're starting from zero with no students. Pay-per-use platforms like Gumroad would be cheaper at low volume. The last platform on our list is Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, or KDP. It is a category by itself. It's not a general digital product platform, with its main niche being ebooks and books. But if your digital product is an ebook, The audience here is unmatched anywhere on this list. Kindle Direct Publishing doesn't charge a monthly fee. Instead, they take a cut of every sale via royalties. 70% royalty, available when you price your ebook between $2.99 and $9.99 in supported countries. A small per megabyte delivery fee is deducted from your royalty. In the US, it's about 15 cents per megabyte. This is the target tier for most authors. 35% royalty applies to books priced under $2.99 or over $9.99 and to books sold in regions not covered by the 70% plan. If you price a $4.99 ebook and qualify for the 70% rate, Amazon takes 30% and you keep 70%. That's actually better per sale than most other platforms on this list, assuming you can generate sales. Uploading to KDP requires some formatting knowledge because your ebook needs to be in a Kindle-compatible format. There are free converters, and Amazon provides its own tools. Once formatted, publishing takes a few hours, no monthly cost. Now, let's talk about built-in traffic. This is KDP's defining advantage. Amazon's search engine is one of the most powerful product discovery engines in the world. Millions of readers browse Kindle daily looking for books in every niche. If you write a nonfiction ebook on a topic with real demand, you can get discovered without paid ads through organic keyword ranking in Amazon search. You can also join Kindle Unlimited, which puts your book in front of Kindle Unlimited subscribers for a per-page read royalty. The catch: KDP Select requires your book to be sold exclusively on Amazon, so you can't also sell that ebook on Gumroad or Payhip or your own website at the same time. You don't own the customer relationship and have no direct access to buyers' email addresses. Amazon controls pricing through price matching algorithms and can adjust your displayed price. Your book exists entirely within Amazon's ecosystem. You're very much a supplier to Amazon's marketplace, not a brand with an owned audience. KDP is best for authors and writers creating ebooks, guides, or nonfiction books. If you're selling a book and you want massive reach, KDP is a no-brainer solution. But it's not the only place to sell. Many smart authors publish on KDP for reach, while also selling a PDF version on their own site or Payhip for higher margins and to build their own audience. So, let's wrap things up before I give you one more option. If you already have a big audience, a newsletter or YouTube or Instagram, then start with Gumroad or Payhip. If you want to sell printables, planners, or Canva templates, and you're okay with fighting for attention, then Etsy is your best bet. If you're selling a book or an ebook, then choose Amazon KDP for a huge reach. If you have an online course and already have students, Teachable on the Builder plan is the way. If your aim is to build a real branded online store and you have a budget for ads, select Shopify. It gives you maximum control and maximum scalability, but it also comes with maximum complexity and cost. But what if you want to start selling digital products right now without spending months creating products first? Then choose Sellvia. We have a ready-made catalog of tested digital products. You get a real store on your own domain, and it only costs $39 a month with a 14-day free trial. The store itself is fully set up. Design, product pages, payments, all ready from day one, plus a personal manager to help you launch. If you're interested, click the link in the description. That's it for today. Drop a comment below. Which platform are you currently on, and what's your biggest pain point with it? We read everything. If this video helped, subscribe. We break down e-commerce platforms and digital business strategies every week. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.